Welcome back, Pez collectors. I'm in my office today to start the video because I want to share with you what's hanging on my wall right here. And then I'm going to take it down, I'll take it into the studio and all the Pez as well. So it's going to be a fun one. It's a Halloween sales flyer. Let me just show you. Here I have my wall that Greg and I designed a few months ago. You can watch us decorate this wall on a YouTube video. But down here at the end, I have my Halloween sales flyer, and next to it here, I have a bunch of Pez, like Mr. Ugly, One-Eyed Monster, another Mr. Ugly, another Mr. Ugly. Some of them you see on this sales sheet, and I have more Pez that you see in the sales sheet as well, so I'm gonna grab those too. But let's take all these back to the studio, and I'm going to share them with you, so let's get started. Well, as you can see, I'm back here in the studio, and I did grab this off the wall, but you can take a closer look at it. It's a Halloween sales flyer. It says, "Perk up your Halloween sales with the new Pez Halloween candy dispenser assortment number 3-1, and there's no date on it. Like a lot of these sales sheets, they have a date like hidden on the side. I even took it out of the frame here and checked, and I don't see any date on here, but based on the Pez dispensers that are in the box, I would say that this is early 1970s that this was released for Halloween. And it says new Pez Halloween candy dispensers, and they were only 29 cents back then. Love it. I love the graphics on the box, and I love how they just like jam all the Pez dispensers in there, I guess to show the stores, you know, what the Pez look like, and then they also show them how they would come in the cellos, which I think is really neat. But if you were a store buying these Pez to display in your store, it says that it would have came with 12 to 36 count boxes and limited supply, so order now. Based on this sales sheet, I spent the last year about trying to hunt down the Pez that are in this picture. So I have them here in front of me. I think I might be missing like one or two might be like a little off on the colors, but it's pretty close. I think it's pretty close to make me happy, and hopefully you'll get an idea of what these Pez look like in real life. And I do have more variations of all these Pez as well. So maybe I should do some more vintage Halloween Pez videos before Halloween. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see those. The first ones here I want to showcase are the witches, because I do have quite a few witches. I think I have them all but one that's on here. And the one that I have one with the orange face, but I don't have one with the black hat. So maybe we'll start there. I have this witch here. It has a black hat. But the one in the picture, I think it has a black hat and an orange face. And I say I think because it's kind of on the side here in the corner, and it's kind of hard to see. Because I think the one that's actually on there in the back of the corner has a black hat, an orange face, and it looks like it has white hair, but you can't see the stem color either. But I figure I have this one. I'll share this one with you instead. But this one I have here is a 3.8 made in USA stem, which I think is really, really cool anyway. Maybe eventually if I ever find that one for sale, I will get it. But it is hard to find these older vintage Halloween Pez for some reason. It seems like there's some that are like real common colors you can pick up, you know, really easily. But some of the ones in the boxes, it took a little bit more time to find them, I think, which I think made it a lot more fun to hunt for. But this witch Pez has a black hat, red hair, a bright neon green face, and an orange stem. It looks so nice. There are some witches on this sales sheet that I do have for sure, and this is one of them. Check it out. It's a witch with a yellow hat, an orange head, and a yellow stem. And I should say like a neon yellow and yellow, because these colors are super bright. I love the colors on these witches. It's hard to think like back in the 1970s that they would make like these neon plastic colors, but apparently they could, and I love them. This one's on a 2.6 made in Austria stem. I also have this 2.6 made in Austria neon yellow witch. The yellow is really, really similar to the one I just showed you. It almost seems like it might be a little bit different. Sometimes they just fade over time too. But I want to show this to you because the paint on the eyes are a little bit larger. I guess the eyes are painted a little larger on this one versus the other one I just showed you. So I thought that was a pretty cool variation. It's like if you like stuff like that, like the paint jobs on these old vintage dispensers, that's something fun you can look forward to. And I should point out that the first one I showed you has a really bright yellow sleeve on the inside. I love it. If you watch my videos, you'll know that I love it when there's colors for the sleeves and not just like a white. You know, it's a little bit more fun than just something that comes with a white sleeve like this. So there you go, there's a variation to the witches besides the paint on the eyes and the slight color of the yellows. The other witch that's on there is this one. It has an orange hat, a neon green face, and an orange stem. This is also a 2.6 made in Austria stem. And these old witches, like their hair sticks out sometimes. You gotta be careful pushing on those, but they're like a soft plastic, so sometimes they stick out more than others. This one here, like the hair is like real flat to the head. And then this one here, the hair's, you know, kind of sticking up a lot. So that's something you could look for if you're buying witches, you know, if you care that the hair sticks out or not, because I think it's supposed to not stick out, but a lot of them do stick out, which doesn't really bother me. It kind of gives it a little bit more style, I think, to the witch. I don't know, I like it either way. Well, that's all the witches that I see on this sale sheet. I do have a whole bunch more witches like lined up. Where are they at? Behind me here? Like a whole bunch of these neon colored witches, or just vintage witches in general, I guess I should say. I need to share those with you in a video because I like them a lot and I think you'll like them too. The next one I want to share with you is this Mr. Ugly PEZ. And this one has like a light aqua colored face, a yellow stem, has black hair. It's also on a 2.6 made in Austria stem. And just like all these other vintage Halloween PEZ, there's lots of color variations of these, but I believe that this is the only one that appears on this sales sheet. For some reason PEZ, they just put this one in. So maybe, you know, when they made the sales sheet, they only made this one color. Over the years, they added more colors to the Mr. Uglies. But for sure, this Mr. Ugly is on this sales flyer, which is really nice. Just has the white sleeve there. Nothing fancy about it, but I do like this color variation a lot because this is not the typical Mr. Ugly color variation that you normally see. Which I need to make up Mr. Ugly video. Why am I sleeping on these vintage Halloween PEZ? Also on the Halloween PEZ sales sheet is an Octopus PEZ, and it looks like it has a black head and a green stem, and it also has black eyes. But this one here in the sales sheet has white eyes for sure. You can't see the stem, so I grabbed mine that has a green stem, which I'm just imagining in my head that, you know, there's a green stem down in this box. But I'm not 100% sure, but that's just, I guess, what I'm thinking here. This is a 2.6 made in Austria, green stem as well. Super cool. And as far as I can tell, there's only one black octopus in this box, so we'll just stick with that. But there are a lot of octopus variations. I do have quite a few here, and I did bring up all my other variations, so like I said, there is probably a good chance that I'll be making some more Halloween vintage PEZ videos before Halloween. Another Halloween PEZ on this PEZ sheet is the One-Eyed Monster. This one has an orange head and an orange stem. This is a 3.8 made in USA stem as well. I don't know how long, but I remember buying this at a convention in St. Louis here like a really long time ago, so I always like this one a lot. It's got the orange head, the orange stem, and it is made in the USA, 3.8 stem as well, which I really like that too. The one in the picture here on the sales sheet looks like it has a little bit more of a reddish orange head. There's another One-Eyed Monster on this sales sheet, and it's this one. This one has, I would call this a gray head, but it kind of has a purple tint to it, and it has a green stem. Looks really nice. But the one in the sales sheet, it's definitely this head color, but it looks like the stem is also this head color as well, but I don't have that. I have this one, so I don't know if that one exists. If you know if that exists, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, because maybe I need that if it does exist. But I really like this like grayish lavender color head with the green stem a lot. I think it's really nice. This might be one of my favorite ones that are in this box. So what do you think of all these vintage Halloween PEZ? Do you ever display any of your vintage Halloween Pez along with your sale sheets, or just, I guess, sale sheets in general. It's always something I like to do. I have the Easter sales sheet in my office as well, and I have some of the vintage Pez up there. I think that's always fun to do. So if you are looking for a fun way to display your vintage Pez and you want to start collecting some of these, you know, vintage Pez sale sheets, which these are pretty easy to get sometimes. Sometimes they're harder to get. You know, they're worth the hunt, I think, to look for these, especially because it shows so much Pez history in these. Because I don't, you know, have a box that these Halloween Pez came in. I know there are some collectors out there that do have, you know, like some of the old vintage boxes in their collection, and that's really cool, but, you know, it gets pricey, and I think I'd rather collect some, you know, plastic Pez instead of the actual boxes. But who knows, maybe if I end up buying all the Pez one day, I'll start collecting some more boxes and some more packaging stuff. But I do really like the packaging of newer Pez because, you know, it's easier to get, it's, you know, more affordable, I should say. But if you want to collect some paper stuff and you don't want to, you know, break the bank, you can look for some of these Pez sale sheets. Some of them can be more expensive, you know, like $100 or more. Some of them could be a little less. Depends on, you know, what one you're looking for and wanting to add to your collection. I love having these in my office because every day I'm, you know, in there working, and, you know, I just look up and I'm like, oh, those are really fun. My vintage Halloween Pez and my vintage Pez sale sheet. I think it's a really cool combination. So what one's your favorite here? They're all super cool. And let me know in the comments below. Do you want to see some vintage Halloween Pez? More witches? More Mr. Uglies? Or more Octopus Pez? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And also I wanted to mention, since I was sick last week, I didn't really get to promote the DIY Pez trucks that Jack and I made. And we're doing the giveaway on these trucks. So I'm going to extend it 1 week because I didn't feel like I was able to, you know, promote this enough to get enough people to enter to win it. So if you want to win one of these Pez and Coffee, Erin Collects PEZ live stream trucks, and you can enter to win this one, or you can enter to win the one that Jack made. You'll have to go back and watch that video. Here's the link here, and in that video it tells you how you can enter to win one of these. We also made these really cool packages for them. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Thursday's video. Bye!